Welcome back. This is the third segment of Bernama today. With me, a very special guest, Sharina Hamza. Hi, good morning and welcome to the show.
Hi.
Pleasure having you here on the 9th of September. And well, you're here today to talk to us a little bit about Friends to Mankind and also an event that's happening, right? Just before we go into, all this, the bigger picture, let's talk a little bit about Dance4Charity. Dance4Charity, what I understood from last year's event was it was something special to promote new talents and all that kind of things last year. This year, how is it different from last year? And the objective of having, because apparently I heard they have really teachers from New York and this and that coming in to actually teach kids, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What's happening is I'm from Dance Step Studio. Friends to Mankind is the organization who's doing the PR and helping us, take this to another level.
Right.
Last year, Friends to Mankind did an event called Dance Effect.
Ah, Dance Effect.
Dance Effect. This was last year, and it was actually organized by 2 of my students. So that's how we sort of started conversation and started to think about doing something every year for charity. Dance4Charity, I've actually done one 12 years ago. So in 2002, we had Dance4Charity. I brought in instructors from New York. It was the same thing. It's the same model. They come down to teach a few different genres of dance, and at the end of the week, they perform. The students will perform, and the money collected from the gala performance goes towards charity.
Right.
So it's the same thing this year.
Right. So maybe you can give us a little bit details of the event. What are you looking for? Dance genres? Are you looking for something a bit step up, or are you looking for something a bit more local and cultural?
Well, they're from New York, so they're bringing over stuff that you don't usually get here. So there is musical theatre, which so far has been the most popular.
Right.
There is going to be lyrical ballet. There is street jazz and contemporary. So there are 4 different genres. The students who sign up for this course will take 5 days of classes. So it's quite a performance-intensive workshop.
Okay.
There will be classes, there will be rehearsals, and they perform at the end of the week.
Right.
So it's learning a whole choreography, and then putting up a good show, hopefully.
All right. And these instructors, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about them. Bringing them all the way from New York.
Yes.
So 15-hour flight over here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 2.
Okay.
JT Jenkins.
Okay.
He is actually an old friend.
Okay.
I did a competition when I was still actively dancing many years ago, and he was one of the judges. So that's how we became friends. So the first Dance4Charity in 2002, he was here.
Okay.
And he was here with another lady, Vicky Jenkins.
Okay.
This year, there is JT Jenkins and there is Dawood Jackson. So JT Jenkins is more of a singer-performer.
Okay.
He teaches mostly musical theatre and jazz.
Right.
And Dawood Jackson teaches more, he does a lot of youth programs, and he teaches in university. So I think of the 2, JT is more of the performer and Dawood is more of the educator.
Right.
So it will be a fantastic team to have here.
Yeah, it's a combination kind of team, right?
Yes.
And at the gala night, what would be happening? What do we expect to see? The people that are paying for the tables and dinners expect to see at the gala night?
Okay, it's at the Gardens Theatre, so it's a seated event. It's not a dinner. It's in a theatre.
Okay.
They will have a lineup of the workshop participants, basically. So the children will be putting up about 5 or 6 items, and in that mix, I've also invited some of the very talented dancers I've seen in the past few years, local dancers doing a little bit of local traditional dances, but then we also have some of them doing contemporary. They are from the University of Malaya and from Aswara. Fantastic students.
Right.
Fantastic students.
So basically, we're looking at a mix of dancers for the gala night.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you selling tickets?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a minimum donation of $300.
Dollars.
Ringgit.
Okay.
300 ringgit.
Okay.
And you can go on to the Dance Steps website and find out how you can purchase tickets over there.
All right. Before we go into the website to find out about tickets and also the event, maybe since we have some time, what happens at the workshop? For the you and me's, maybe somebody is interested in dancing, but don't really know much about dancing. So what was going to happen? Maybe you can give us some bit or two, what's going to happen?
Okay, definitely on the first day, it would be the instructors gauging what the children can do.
Right.
So they will be divided in their, depending on the age groups, ability as well. And I think it's just getting to know each other. So first day would probably be a general class. They don't learn choreography yet. They will know how high the kicks are, how many turns they can do, how flexible, how not flexible. And then choreography will probably start on the second day onwards.
Right.
Yes.
Now, when you speak of children, 12 years and below.
7 to 12 would be junior. 13 to about 16 will be senior. However, some of the people who have signed up, we do have some people in their 20s.
Right.
We have semi-professional dancers wanting to do the workshops. Right. So it will be a really good mix. We have people with no dance background wanting to come in.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
So you could come in.
I'm not flexible, I can tell you this.
That's why the teachers are coming, so...
Right. Yeah. No, exactly. I just want to set the, how to say, expectation right. When you bring in people from New York, because we know that Broadway is huge over there. Whenever they have an event, it is always a huge thing, always a sellout, you know.
Yep.
Over here in Malaysia, how is it, you know? Does it, I know we have a lot of performers, like you said, really good performers from Asarawa and UM. But when events like this happen, is it a half house or full house, you know, kind of thing like that? Do you see more people getting to know dance as dance?
With the right coverage, like Bernama, obviously it will be, I mean, we can leverage from things like that. I think people need to know more. It has to be out there. You can't depend on word of mouth. I think having the newspapers and the TV stations help sell the show, you know, obviously we'll get some mileage from that.
Right. Yeah. And Dance Step Studios, which you own, right?
Yes.
Basically, tell us about the studio itself. You've been running it, what, 12 years?
No,
more?
14 years.
14 years, okay.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about it, you know, what you actually do over there. What classes do you teach? Things like that. Yeah.
In Dance Step Studio, I have, it's an academy. I'm linked with the Royal Academy of Dance in London and also the Imperial Society of Teachers of Dancing, which is also based in London. So the students who start, when they'll come in at about primary or pre-primary, they're usually 5 or 6, but we also have students start at a later age.
Right.
So we try and accommodate for everyone. They follow a series of exams. They go up to Advanced 2, and that takes about 8 to 9 years. So the children who start with me actually stay, you know, for the length. And the lady you're going to speak, well, the girl you're going to speak to later, Aishi, was actually my student since she was 5. Yeah. So she's now a nice grown-up young lady.
Yeah, exactly. It amazes me when she told me, oh, it's her teacher from 5. 5? Wow, you must be really, you know, mature in this industry. Right. No, it's true, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long time. 14 years is a long time.
I've run it for 14 years.
How many years have you been doing dancing?
Well, I've been dancing since like the children today. I've been dancing since I was about 7 or 8. So
wow. That's really, you know, at least half. No, at least 25 years minimum, yeah? Now, who are the beneficiaries? Because we spoke about charity organizations that we are giving away to. Now, there are 2 charity organizations. Would you like to name them?
It's Fuji School, which is co-founded by Deborah Henry, who's also helping us with this project. And the second beneficiary is Make-A-Wish Malaysia. Make-A-Wish Malaysia,
yeah. And you've been teaming up with them for a long time, or is this just a new relationship?
My relationship with Deborah and Fuji School has been, you know, we've known each other for many years, Deborah and I. And with Fuji School, I've actually brought some of the kids over to Dance Steps and run some pro bono classes just to expose them to dance. So we've had a working relationship for quite a while now. Make-A-Wish it's a new relationship, and I hope that it will work out, because I support the foundation. It's a very good foundation.
Because the last Make-A-Wish that I saw on YouTube was about Paul, no, not Paul Walker. It was this guy from Top Gear, Richard Hammond. He drove a girl in a pink Lamborghini. So they actually painted the white Lamborghini to pink, and they took her for a ride in a Great Britain. So over here in Malaysia, I've heard of them doing crazy things as well, but not as crazy as this yet. But we hope to hear good stuff from your relationship with these two charity organizations.
Yeah, I hope that whatever we do, that
Yeah.
you know, we at least get to grant a few wishes. Perhaps that would be
Yeah.
really fantastic.
Yeah. Now, moving forward, how do we get in touch with you, or how do we get to know a little bit about the event Dance for Charity?
Social media.
Okay.
We have a Dance Steps website, and information's on there. You can like us on Facebook. Information is also on there. So there's also a phone number, email address, everything is there.
Can you share the website maybe?
Yes, it's www.dancesteps.com.my.
Which is the studio's website, where you can actually get more information from.
Yes.
Now, just a question: where is this going to be done, in your studio?
Yes, it will be done in the studio.
And it's at Sri Hartamas, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Monkera. Solaris Monkera.
Solaris Monkera, sorry.
Yes.
Which is an area that is quite central to a lot of people. And
Yes.
it is easy access, not hence to say that there's a Duke Highway, there is the, well, a lot of, there's so many NKV as well, you can come in. And it's pretty a central area. Now, how many people are you expecting to come in here for this event?
We have a limit. We're going to go with a maximum of 80.
80.
80.
80.
Yes.
That's a lot.
80 participants. Yes. We're 1 week away from the workshops, and we've already hit our halfway mark, which I'm
40.
really happy about. 40.
Right.
Yes.
And you have dancers like Aishi coming in with her friends and all that.
Yes. Yeah. My own students. We've got some students from outside, from different schools. Yeah.
And,
so it's a nice mix.
Sorry, just to double check with you. Do you do promotions out there to get students into this?
Yes, of course. We've sent out posters to universities, to the studios, to different various studios.
Okay, and
Yes.
do you actually have a road show, something like that, to go on to colleges or universities?
No, we didn't do road shows. I think it's got to be a little bit more personal, and so I've personally spoken to principals. We've approached people. It's been phone calls.
Right.
Just going practically door to door, and
pretty much cold call sales.
yes, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Rina, for talking to us here this particular morning. Thank you for coming on the show. After the commercial break, when we come back, we're going to have Aishi Vimal and Elaine Nur Abdullah. She'll be talking to you a little bit about the whole dancing thing, how much the tickets are, and the experience. I'm sure Aishi has done this once before last year. It's not really Dance for Charity,
it's different.
but it's a bit different. But the concept is just about dancing for charity as well.
Yes.
All right. After this commercial break, stay tuned. Elaine Nur Abdullah will be back right here.